Hey everyone, we're back with more mediocre chess. Got a lot of really good feedback from the first video. One of the big things that people mentioned was making the board bigger. So hopefully I've done that, made some changes to the program I'm using to record, and so hopefully that'll make the board a easier size to see. And then the other feedback was to play with a little bit more time control so it's not quite so rushed and there aren't so many time errors. So I'm going to try playing 5+3. I'm going to stick with Blitz for now. In the future, I'll do some classical games, but I'm going to do the 5-3 for now. So let's get right into it. See if we can find a game. All right. We have 1469. So we'll stick with King's Pawn. I like the pretty simple knights opening. 4 knights just seems comfortable to me. Something kind of like Roy Lopez. Drop him back. Might push up here. Yeah, people do that a lot. I don't know if that's mainline, but I'm not too worried about it. He's attacking him. Just force that issue. And I'm never quite sure here if I should take here or take here. So I found these arrows on Lee chess. I can make dots, which should make pointing easier. In general, I'd want to capture towards the center. I guess I'll do that. Now there's something with Roy Lopez where you're supposed to capture away. But well, that probably would have applied, but he didn't take it. So I'm going to defend here. I think that applies if he takes the pawn, then you can push up with your queen and win that pawn back. But for now, it looks like this has worked. Just looking at where the knights can go. This knight can come up here. I may want to defend this. Also kind of want to push in here and undouble that pawn. Let's defend this first. I don't want this bishop to come down and kick my knight, because then that'd be pretty awkward and I'd lose the defense here. So yeah, we'll force him that way. I need a castle at some point, but I think for now we're just going to come up here and fight for this space. He's got 1, 2 attackers. I have 2 defenders, so I should be good. So he's trying to kick my bishop. I feel like that's okay, because then I could undouble here, especially if I may move this pawn up, because then that prevents him from coming back here. So he's going to probably take this bishop, and then I'll undouble. And I prevent this bishop from pushing into space here, or attacking this fairly weak space. I think that's good. In general, even if you don't have a strategy, I find restricting movement here to be helpful. Basic things, keeping pawns undoubled. Don't really know what my attack's going to be. It's going to be. So just trying to follow good chess principles. And again, I'm not sure here. This isn't looking quite ideal. Just looking for the best move. So he's going to take. He has 3 on there, and I just have the 2. Maybe we can just push up here. Yeah, I should have taken with the bishop first. Should take more time on that. Because now he has 2 on there, and he'll probably just push me off. Well, he's just going to win a pawn. Wasn't ideal. Can I develop here with the idea of kicking this knight off? So in theory, I could take this. Yeah, that's probably good for him, but that's fine. Alright, so now I need to decide, do I want to take here? So I'm down one pawn. If I take, I can double that up here, that pawn, either right away or after he takes with the queen, and I take with my queen. Otherwise, I just need to retreat. I have his knight pretty well locked in. I need to decide. I'm going to go for the double pawns. I like to look at that more, look at openings for my bishop, but I'm running low on time. Trade off the queens. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and castle. And now we've got an endgame. Try to play fairly quickly, get some time back from that increment. Gonna attack the weak pawns. He'll protect. Endgames are the hardest for me by far. They're just very complicated. I'm gonna try to keep his king out of these squares and defend my pawn. If he captures, I can recapture. And then here, what do I want to do? If I move my pawn, he can come down here, and that's just losing that pawn. I don't want to do that. I really need my rooks more involved. Check, he comes down. Force, what is that forcing? I think I just need to take here, unfortunately, lose that doubled pawn. But otherwise I won't be able to defend this pawn. I've got defense on it. Oh, but he's still going to win it here, this rook. See, endgames are just hard. I can't see that far ahead. Oh, he didn't see that, I don't think. So I think that's not a great move for him. So I'm going to push up. I'm going to... What am I going to do? I'm going to come up here. I need to get this rook more into play. And if I leave that pawn, it's going to drop. I guess now it's not as dangerous over there. I'm going to trade off. Now there's not as much you can do here. Yeah, he does win that. So that's not great. It's not looking good, and he's used 30 seconds of time. Could be he's better than me. So is there any opportunity for a mate? Probably not. Throw in some checks. The only chance is getting a pick on that rook, but it probably won't happen. Yeah, he did the opposite. He did what I was trying to do. Yep, and I lost. Not really even a stalemate opportunity. So we'll resign that. And that's that game. Not great. Let's look through the analysis for a little bit. Go back to the opening. So we did a 4 nights game, then Spanish, Roy Lopez. Should still be good through here. I guess there I shouldn't have let that. That makes sense. Shouldn't have let my knight drop. Should have moved into the middle instead, but I did. And then I lose some ground. A few mistakes through here, but I don't think there's anything too drastic. I should have just taken that pawn. Yeah, that was a big blunder. Why didn't I do that? Yeah, lots of... I think he missed a fork here, is what it's saying. Forking my queen and knight. He just has a lot of options. Yeah, I just really wasn't doing very well. If you look at this, I made some blunders that he missed out on. Then from this point, it just kind of all went downhill for me. He played a pretty smooth game. 35 average cent pawn loss, and most of that was probably in losing this advantage. And other than that, he was pretty solid. Yeah, it's fairly even here. If I played the endgame better, I probably could have gotten something, but I didn't. My rooks got stuck over here. I had my 2 rooks here, and this rook was tied to defending this pawn. And then he started pushing his king up here, and I just really didn't have the mobility of my rooks coming over to defend that. I could have exploited this doubled pawn with a rook set here. I could have gotten both my rooks over there, defending sideways versus vertically. I think it could have been smoother, but that's how it goes. Get him next time. That's all for this one. Thanks for watching. Please leave comments for any feedback you have. I appreciate any subscriptions or likes. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.